Ice cold. A soft drink made for perfect days. It's the refresher of the summer. Try it out.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? So how do we make a commercial or any kind of video from the ground up without having anything at all? This is what this video about. Before we go into that, I would like to thank everybody who subscribed to my channel and who's part of the Discord. And this descriptor that you see on the screen right now is for people who are part of the Discord, or I guess now I'm gonna put it on my free Patreon as well. I don't want you guys to give me money, but there is an option. If you would like to support me, you can just watch these videos. I'm getting monetized, and you can also, maybe if you want to be like a big oiler, you can, subscribe to the Patreon on the paid tier, but that's just a support tier. You don't have to do that. It's all free. Everything is free. You can get these files for free. But anyways, the first thing that we have to do is make some prompts for some images. That's why the first descriptor is for descriptor for Flux2 klein images. Flux2 klein is super small, very much available for even smaller VRAM PCs, and they have many different versions of the model that can even go down as small as under 2 gigabytes. So you will definitely be able to use that, and you will definitely be able to actually make some images with that. When we thought of what we want to make, like, hey, I want you to make a can with like some droplets of condensation on it, showing that it has some cold drink in it, it's gonna be refreshing for the summer, blah blah blah. And then the descriptor is going to make you a few different prompts, and then you can use any or all of those prompts to generate the images. Now the next step, when we generate the images, this would be the Flux2 klein workflow that I have showed you on the previous video. By the way, the full workflow is this big, but we only need to use this part of the workflow for the few first images, because we only want to do some text to image right now. We don't really want to do image to image or do any copying or anything else. So now we have a product, and then we're just gonna need to make a design. For that, I already have a prompt for the design, and this one is just a logo with some letters on it that is made to be put on any kind of, drink or whatever you want. I made it with like a really plain background, so it's easier for the model to actually put it on the product. And we are still using the same workflow. The only thing that we changed is the prompt, because we needed to create a design with some letters on it. Now this next step is going to involve the images. We created the two images, like the hat and the logo, and we need to combine them. For that, we just need to tell the model that make a baseball hat in red over neutral. Well, I left an L here out. Gray background. The t-shirt. So I didn't change the baseball hat making prompt at all. I just put the logo from image 2 should be in high quality sewed on textile to the hat. So I'm not even just doing a normal design that's just like placed on the hat. I'm actually making a material from this design, because Flux2 klein can just do that. And there, it's literally textile and kind of blending into the hat perfectly. It's really easy, and it's scary good. So then your next step should be making some prompts with the before mentioned prompt generator descriptor for Flux2 klein for some people to maybe wear the hat. And then after that, when you have generated your people, you can go and put the hat on top of their head. But first, let's generate the people. For that, we're just going to use the same text to image workflow. We don't need to use any other things from this workflow that we have been using before. So it's just going to be a simple text to image thing. We're just going to make a really basic image of a young Caucasian woman, aged between 18 to 22, with long brunette hair, straight and center parted, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. So then when we generated the image, we can put her together with the hat. Okay, for that, we need to turn on the images part, and we need to add her, and we need to add the images. I added her as like the foundation, I guess, and the hat as the thing that we need to place on her head. So for that, we need to kind of change this prompt a little bit. I may have used some repeating words, but I'm actually not generating these with ChatGPT, and I'm kind of too lazy to generate it with the prompt descriptor because we already have like a really good portion of it. So the model is going to understand what is happening, and it's going to understand that from image 2, what we want to do with the hat, and it's just going to put the hat on her head. So now we have the hat on her head, and we even have the letters almost perfectly. I guess it's in an angle, so the D is a little bit wonky, but that's why you have randomized seeds. You can just kind of adjust it a little bit. Maybe it puts the hat a little bit lower or something. We'll see. But as you can see, the base of the image didn't really change at all. Okay, that's better. It kind of put her a little bit just on the side, but that's fine. So now that we have a base image with the girl and our product on her head, we can make it into a clip. So before we make the clip, it's very important if we want the girl to speak anything at all, or she just shows the baseball hat or what. But for the argument's sake, for this clip, for the best representation, I'm gonna make her speak something. When we decide what she needs to speak, we can go to the next step, which would be either a TTS maker. For that one, I'm using the brand new Qwen3 TTS voice. I have like 4 different versions here. I am not going to clone Darth Vader's voice on this girl right now, although it would be, I think, extremely funny.
I lied. This woman has to speak with Darth Vader's voice. Suffer, you rebel scum.
To be fair, I don't really think I need to make any voices for her, because usually with the prompt that I'm making with this, the voice is going to be fine. So I think I'm just going to use the voice that is being made by LTX2. But if you need to, and if you want to, you can use the workflow that I made. You can download it from the sources that I'm going to put into the description, or from the Discord if you want the JSON file. But mainly you can do your own voice. You can design a voice. You can just do whatever. And there is the option to just use the voice from LTX2, which I am going to do in this case. By the way, if anyone wants to know this, I just put it in the subgraph, and on the Discord, it's going to be unpacked. You can see the whole design. You can see the node. It's an official node from one of the biggest AI GitHub pages, so it's safe, 100% safe. By the way, just to demonstrate what Qwen3 TTs can do, just in a short section of this video, I'm just going to click on run. It is going to pull in the model. I don't think my VRAM has the model in right now, so it's probably going to take like a couple seconds to generate this thing. Let's say you work for Disney and you need to use Darth Vader's voice. Well, we all know James Earl Jones is not exactly available anymore.
Some say the perfect drink doesn't exist. But we all know some people just don't look hard enough and stay thirsty forever.
So I made this for the drink commercial, and that's why it's in here, because I was testing it with old Vader's voice. So let's move on to the video. Now let's run this, because I need the model to run with the image, because you can connect it to the model and then it's going to run a thing on the image, and then it's going to make you the prompt. For a full HD normal horizontal clip, I'm just going to use the compact version of my workflow. In this workflow, as you have seen it in the previous videos, you can use your own generated audio, which I have said you can just do with the Qwen3 TTs or any other type of TTS maker. I even have Chatterbox TTS, so any of the other TTSs will do. Or you can even just insert a audio clip, because this is where you would choose the audio clip. You insert an audio clip from anything, like you can just record something. This is where I would set the time. I think 10 seconds is going to be enough, and we're gonna have to choose the image. Let's choose the image, and then we're just gonna have to paste our prompt, which we generated with the prompt generator thingy, and then just click play and run it. Oh, sorry, I have to turn on the second sampler because we want full HD. In this sampling method, I don't use any upscaling. I don't use any adjustment. It really depends on your hardware. How long is it going to take? Normally for me, a 10-second long full HD video on the compact workflow shouldn't take longer than like maybe 5 minutes. I don't know, because I guess it takes shorter, but I'm talking about 5 minutes at the first use, when you are just loading up all the models. You can literally see here that it's not even loaded up yet. My GPU is not even working because it's still loading everything up in the RAM, and then it's gonna put everything into the VRAM, and then only after that, like after it ran through the prompt, is going to go into here where it's going to compile the video together. Okay, as you can see, when I have went through all of these, I forgot one important step, and that step would be cleaning your VRAM. Cleaning the VRAM is really important because you can hit 100% VRAM even on a 5090. Plus, I have a bunch of things open like Vader's voice. I had freaking DaVinci Resolve open, and I have a few tabs open as well in Chrome. So I'm gonna stop this. Okay, it stopped. Now let's clean the VRAM. Oopsies. So anyways, because we are working with like a bunch of workflows, obviously you might hit a little hiccup like this, but that's why these two buttons are here. You just empty the VRAM and the RAM and then just start again, and then it goes fine. Continuity error, it's editing me here. I just want to tell you something. There is this node and there is this node. They are both the same nodes. Every LTX workflow that I put out has them. Your numbers might be wrong. The overlap and temporal size and temporal overlap, they have to fit together in a way where the video doesn't produce ghosting. I didn't put it lower than 24 for a long time now, and I didn't put this lower than 2048 for a long time now. I don't really know how this would act on a lower RAM machine. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. But as far as I know, this is just kind of like a sampling thing. Like the bigger the number, the more it sees. But I'm just kind of concerned that if you have like tiny VRAM, maybe it can be a little bit too much for it. You can try to test it. And these two, you can just leave these on these numbers. I haven't seen anything so far that would tell me to raise or lower these numbers. These numbers can stay the way they are. But these two are super important. Please look at your workflows, what you have now, if these numbers are accurate or not, because these numbers are going to cause a ghosting on your video. In my workflow, I have the Q4KM GGUF chosen. I have the normal Gemma model for that one. Here, you would see this one. This actually fits most of the GGUF models. I have the DevBF16 embedding chosen, which I don't really know if there is like any difference, because there is only either DevBF16 or DevFP8. The VAE is the regular video VAE BF16. This is going to work for you like 99% of the time. And the audio VAE is the only audio VAE I know of for LTX, and there's nothing else. So after emptying the VRAM, you can see that it's way less VRAM. It's still loading up, but I'm literally running on 66% VRAM for the first sampling, and the iteration time is 15 seconds, which is a lot. Oh, okay, so it's going down. Okay, sure, yeah. I think it also kind of depends on the amount of noise, because when you are using this noise Sigma node, the manual Sigmas, you can see that there's like 9, 9.8, 9.8, 9.7, 9, 7, 4. And as it goes lower and lower and lower, I noticed that the iteration time is also going lower and lower and lower. So like the last iteration time was like 8 seconds for one step. And I think at the end, it just gives you like an average, like, yeah, it was like 12 seconds per iteration, which is understandable, but it's kind of also interesting. So we have the first render of the whole video, which is already pretty good. Like there's not really any issues with it. There's no ghosting. There's no weird stuff. It appears to make the lip sync.
When I walked out of the house this morning, I did not know how much a pigeon can poop. Now I do. And this hat will stay on me till I get to my shower. Then I will incinerate all my clothes.
So that's kind of cool. Like you don't even hear like noises or anything. And this is literally because the prompt is properly described. And if someone doesn't want to join the Discord or doesn't want to go to Patreon and download this or whatever, like I just explain it to you the easiest way possible, and you can maybe do it yourself. I mean, I don't know. So the first thing is that when you explain what's in the shot, like it has to be a really, really simple explanation of one sentence. And then the second is, what is the subject, or who is the subject? Like this case is a person, it's a woman, and then I don't know, the model kind of thinks of whatever it needs to say about her. And then the third thing is what she wants to say or what she needs to say. But also when you're working with multiple subjects who are going to speaking, then the first subject is going to be described. They are going to be the main subject, and the second subject is going to be described way shorter. And then it's going to be what they say as well. Now, if the model maybe forgets to describe the second subject, please read your prompt and then just add like one sentence yourself about the second subject, because the second subject literally doesn't need anything other than one sentence, and then it's going to be also lip synced perfectly. Sometimes the model gives you a good prompt, but if you don't give the description for the second or even the third subject, because I have done this before with 3 very similar subjects of 3 frogs. So even if you do that, just one sentence, it's going to follow the prompt and it's going to lip sync properly all the subjects. So as I have been blabbering here to you and explaining some stuff, it actually just created the whole thing. And I am literally just recording for 34 minutes, but the whole thing took me way less than 34 minutes.
When I walked out of the house this morning, I did not know how much a pigeon can poop. Now I do. And this hat will stay on me till I get to my shower. Then I will incinerate all my clothes.
And as you can hear, I may need to put this up to like 11 seconds or make sure that she actually fits the lines, what she's saying, into the 10 seconds. Like maybe shorten what she's saying, doesn't matter.
When I walked out of the house this morning, I didn't know how much pigeons can poop, but now I do. This hat will stay on me till I shower, then I will incinerate all my clothes.
But yeah, we made a 10-second long clip and it only took a few workflows. And this is why when people are saying that something comes out and it's going to be replacing something else, do not believe that, because this same clip would have been possible to create with just any basic descriptor, maybe even ChatGPT or Grok or whatever you want to use. And you can put those prompts into either Flux, Z Image Turbo, even an SDXL. Some of the SDXLs are doing really, really good quality. And then from there, replacing products or putting products onto something or putting logos onto the product can be done with a basic in painting. You can remove backgrounds with the most simple background remover. Okay, so this would be it, how to make a clip in a few really easy steps. Don't forget to empty your VRAM if you are actually stepping into the video clip stage when you are creating the video clips. As I've said, you can do this in older versions with older models, because I have done it. It's just not that fast. Like, you don't get from concept to finished product of 10-second long clips under half an hour, which I have got right now. Like, I barely need to cut out some parts, or maybe if I was taking too long to blabber about it. Thank you for watching. I hope I could help. And if you want to see more videos like this, I am totally up for making them, because this is just one really simple example. I would love to make more of these. So if you're interested, keep watching, maybe subscribe, join the Discord. You can get notifications there. All right. Have a good day. And I hope you actually learned something in this. Bye.